Hello, everyone. Thanks for checking out this episode of Nerd Caliber. This is Manny, and I am here with
Kevin Burke. I am one half of the writing producing team and showrunners of the show Transformers Botbots coming to Netflix.
And I am Doc Wyatt. I'm the other half of the Burke Wyatt writing producing partnership. And I am also executive producer and showrunner on Transformers Botbots, which drops on Netflix March 25th.
So yes, thank you for both taking the time to talk to us about this show. I watched the trailer, and I'll put a link below for those that haven't seen it yet. So yes, thank you both for taking time to talk to us about Botbots. It's a series that I was intrigued about. My son is huge into rescue bots, and as we go to the stores, we've been picking up Botbots, and I'm very happy that there's a series coming out for it. But for those that may not know what Botbots is, how would you describe this show?
Well, Botbots is the first ever Transformers comedy series. And the premise goes to the core idea that anything can be a robot in disguise. So our show at its heart is about a mall that gets hit with Energon, right, which brings a number of products within the mall to life. And these products, become bots, and they discover the world they live in, and the world is entirely the mall, and they find their own little squads that they belong to. And during the day, they hide on the shelves as products. So if you go shopping, you might see some products out there and wonder if they're secretly bots. And then when night comes and everybody leaves, the Botbots, they alter into their robot modes, and they enjoy the mall to themselves. They kind of have the run of the place.
Yeah, I mean, like Kevin said, it's the first ever Transformers comedy. It's wacky, it's silly, it's fun. It's geared toward kids, but we also designed it to be a co-viewing experience so that the parents can watch, so that families can get together and watch. It's not sort of a preschool show in the same way that Rescue Bots was. Botbots is wackier and off the wall and a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot more comedy to this, which I'm very glad for, and I'm glad that there's that Transformer. There will be a Transformer series that's still geared toward children. I was worried that with the Rescue Bots series ending, that's going to be the end of it for a while. So I'm very glad about that. So tell us about the characters for this show.
Well, the Botbots they weren't born yesterday, but they were born pretty recently. They're sort of almost like kids themselves. Like they have a childlike curiosity and an interest to explore. They're always looking for the fun in things, and they're exuberant, and they've got way too much energy, and they're looking for ways to enjoy their world, a world that's it's a little bit too big for them. It's built for humans, and they're tiny Botbots, and so it's not exactly a world they're sized for, but it's a world that they can repurpose and use. You can if you get a garden hose and a stopped escalator, you can turn it into a rapids that you can race down in flip-flops, or you can for the Botbots, a popcorn machine can be a ball pit. Like everything can be, they can find the fun in things, and that's sort of who the Botbots are.
Our show is really about when the Energon brought all these bots to life. There's a group of bots that were in the lost and found, and they don't realize that they sort of have a squad out there, right? The other bots that came to life in like a sports store or in the food court, they know where they belong. They know who their fellow bots are. These lost and found characters that are sort of almost like the new kid at school, almost like the first day of school, have to go out and explore this mall and try to figure out where do they belong, how do they fit in, and it's just nonstop, unexpected craziness as they go through that.
Now the toy line has a lot of characters. I believe there are 5 tribes, I think, or more.
I think there's way more than 5 now.
Oof. I know they're up to series 5, so that's been a lot since when I first discovered them. If I may ask, how do you for the core cast? How did you put that together?
Well, we've tried to find characters that would sort of be representative, of just different personality types, different visual styles. We have a flashlight with a hamburger, with a bonsai tree, with a plunger, and so they feel like misfits. The idea of our core characters was a group of misfits that came together, not because, one's a football and a boxing glove and they're all exactly obvious. They're a strange group of people thrown together, and they have that strange quality about them as they explore their world. At the heart of the show, it's about finding family in unexpected places.
Now, I know this series is outside the continuity of most, or maybe not all, previous Transformers, like cartoons and movies and so forth. Was that tricky, or was it more interesting, the fact that you get to create your own lore in a sense?
It wasn't tricky at all. I mean, and is it outside of existing continuity? I mean, are Autobots and Decepticons battling at somewhere outside the mall? You know, the truth is, it could fit with the continuity, or it could not. You know, we definitely wanted. I mean, this show is designed so that if you've never heard of Transformers before, you can pop in and you don't need to know about broken voice boxes, or you don't need to know about Teletran 1 or the Ark or anything else. Like, this is a show that you can pick up and go with. But that said, there's you know, it's still a Transformer show, and some of the things that are important, of core importance to what it means to be Transformers, are a part of this show too.
So in Rescue Bots, I thought they did a great job with making the show interesting without, like, how should I say it, the Decepticon having like a very dark, evil presence around. They did a great job and still making very interesting adventures without worrying about that, you know, that more mature side of the lore. Is Botbots doing the same thing in a sense, where it's not going to be heavily about like good versus evil in that sense, but it's more about just trying to explore the world around them?
It's definitely closer. It's mixed up a history of Transformers with more sitcoms. Do you know what I mean? This isn't about good guys versus bad guys. This is about how sometimes you're your own worst enemy, or sometimes, you know, there's just social awkwardness whenever you're going into different situations because you don't understand things, or how you can end up in a situation that is both comical and, you know, dangerous, you know, at the same time, without being a villain behind it all. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't Botbots who might be pranksters, who might have ulterior motives. You know, as you watch the series, there's an overarching story, you know, about the plans of the Botbots and how they feel about each other, but it's more akin to, you know, The Office or to Superstore or things like that, in which there are, you know, everyone's trying their best, but you know, the circumstances create a lot of the comedy and create a lot of the conflict that they have with each other.
Okay, and how many episodes for the season?
There are 10 22-minute episodes on Netflix as of March 25th, but each 22-minute episode actually has 2 stories in it. So 10 episodes of 22, but you're looking at 20 stories.
Okay, well, now both of you have a tremendous, your resume is impressive. You've worked on so many different shows that I didn't realize you worked on some of my favorite shows. So working on this show, were you surprised by? I mean, you must have seen and written and looked at so many different stories. Is there any favorites? Any favorite stories? Anything? Any story arcs or anything like that really, like how should I say it, made you excited the most to work on this property?
In the series of Botbots, were there
Yes.
any particular stories? Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw a lot of inspiration in teen films we had grown up with, you know, and all of those sorts of things. There's also references to Raiders of the Lost Ark or old television or things like that. You know, we found ourselves inspired by, you know, what sort of absurd situations can we get these characters in, and how are they going to get out of it? It was also interesting to us, you know, that the lessons are a little more complex than a preschool show. Do you know? I mean, sometimes characters make mistakes and they have to live with their mistakes. You know, they have to. There's times where you don't win in the way you think you're going to win, and then you end up finding out that's okay. Do you know? That's just kind of the stories we wanted to tell, and it's closer to, say, a Pixar or DreamWorks sort of feature, where this is a show that kids can absolutely watch. It's a show that parents can absolutely watch and not feel like it's below them, right? The idea is that it's co-viewing. It's designed to be enjoyed. There are gags that parents will understand more than their kids. There are things that kids will find much funnier than their parents. It's just designed to be a whole family viewing experience. But no, every story was fun for us, and we kept trying to find new ways to tell different stories about these characters and about what it's like to live in a mall, and about how that's a microcosm to school at any age, or even an adult workplace.
So if I may ask, if you were a robot and you were able to transform to any item, like the Botbots do, what would you transform into?
I think I'd want to be a backstage pass. Like on a lanyard, you know? That's what I'd want to be.
I'd probably want to transform into a guitar just so that I knew something awesome could be done with me, as opposed to being eaten like a donut, which would be dreadful. You know?
Which voice actors do you have involved in this series?
Yeah, I think we're not supposed to say the names, but I can tell you that we did our voice recording out of Toronto, and we got together an ensemble of really fantastic, talented voice actors who brought these stories to life in ways that sometimes surprised us and that we always had fun with.
It is a testament to any voice actor. If they can make us laugh at our own scripts we've been reading for weeks and months at that point, then they are doing a great job, and we love that about Botbots.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you both for taking time to talk to us about this show. I wish you both great success. And is there anything else about the show that I haven't asked you about that you want to share?
Well, one thing I'll mention is that the Series 6 of the toys the pre-order is now up, timed to coincide with the show dropping on Netflix March 25th. They've got pre-orders for Series 6 right now, and there's some characters that you're going to see on the show that come to life in the new series that we're really excited about. So those can be pre-ordered now.
Well, no, I mean, last thoughts are ultimately, we wanted to get back to that idea of robots in disguise, and we really feel like this is a show that captures the heart of the Transformers. Whether you've loved Transformers for 30, 40 years now, almost 40 years now, or you've never even heard of Transformers, we just want to capture everything that's fun about that, and it's an all-ages show for that reason.
Excellent. Well, to our viewers, thank you for watching. I will put all the links to the trailer and to everything else below. Again, March 25th on Netflix. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.